everybody. What's up? Hey, what's going on? I am big smiling over here. What's up? What's up? What's up? First, sending love to everybody. Hello. It's your host, Diamond, from the Voices Gather Live podcast show. I want to welcome all of you back to this conversation with me. It's been a minute. I'll catch you up, but first and foremost, hello. How are you doing? What's going on? And I miss you. I miss you. What's up, everybody? What is going on? I am so excited to be here. You cannot believe. Oh wow. Okay. Hello, Miss. Oh, my baby is in the comments. On time and sending love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hi, sweetie. Wow. I am so excited to be here. It's just been a long time. It's been a long time. So bear with me. It's been a very long time since we actually been in the studio having a conversation with you. I'm here. Thank God I'm here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm overly excited. I can't wait to delve into the conversation. Hello, iRock. Oh, thank you so much. Um, I love you. I truly love you. Thank you so much. So yes. Oh gosh. Okay. I can't wait to tell you guys what I've been doing. Make it really brief. This is going to be a short show because I just want to get back into the groove of being in the studio, having a conversation with each and every one of you. Thanking you so much for being here. Remember, do me a favor as always, to click that like button. Okay. So remember, you will be following the chat, and in the chat, you'll see messages from me that I'm sending to you without me actually seeing them over and over again. But we're getting back into the groove of the conversation. So this is just the first show after more than 15 weeks or so, or better yet, a little longer than that, since we've talked. And I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I'm also excited because I can't wait to tell you guys what happened to me on Saturday, right? I am in awe. Okay. So, first, house rules. Make sure you are using that thumb up button, as I stated. Give us a thumb up in the comments. Make sure you click it up. And if you don't like it, I guess click it down. I don't get a lot of click downs. Thank God for that. But talk to each other. Talk to me through the comments in the chat. If you want to make a small donation, let me just say this also. I've been saying that to build the platform and get it really what I want to get it to, it requires dedication, support, money, and all that stuff. And I know you guys are probably tired of people who have these podcast platforms kind of telling you guys they need you to do X, Y, Z. But to be successful, you have to tell the person what you want. You have to tell the audience what you need. So I'm not going to assume that my followers, my subscribers know what I need. I'm going to tell you. So don't ever be offended. Don't ever be like, oh my gosh, she's saying this again. I would just challenge you to say she keep us in the loop. She tell us what the show is doing, what it's not doing, and what she need from us as the supporters. We living in 2024 and very close to 2025. And if you're not telling people what you need, you're not getting what you want, then who do you have to blame? So I just rather tell you what I need. Why not? Okay, so yes, that thumbs up button. Also, remember that there's always a Q&A part of this show, so you can ask your questions or post your answers to my questions in the comments. I promise if I don't get back to those comments live, then I will get back to them in the comments after the show. Just know that you don't have to watch the show once. You can watch the show repeatedly, and you can just post in the comments what your thoughts are about said topic, right? Many people may have some challenges in finding the show. So when you go to the Voices Gather Live podcast channel on YouTube, make sure you click on the toolbar live, because all the shows are typically live here. Typically live. They're not actually a lot of recorders or pre-recorders. I do those as well, but most time they're live. So you have to click the live icon button, and then you'll see all the shows I've recorded since I've been in the podcast business. Okay. And always know that we keep it real talk here. So if you're sensitive, you take things to heart, you don't know how to process your feelings appropriately, take a deep breath, sit on your thoughts, and then come back and talk about it later. Because this is a safe space where people can say what it is and say it like they mean it. Be unapologetic. That is my motto. Use your voice, be unapologetic about it. You owe nobody an apology about speaking your truth. So speak it. That's it. It's better that you know the facts, but altogether speak it. Okay, I think I got, oh, sorry, one more thing. Um, this. Know that the show is on Facebook, Twitter, which is, or well, actually X now, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And guess what? We're also on TikTok, so you should see an improvement in this as well because we're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, now X, YouTube, and Facebook. So join me there. I do a lot of posting there as well and bring that content to a live show for you. So don't forget to share your love there. Okay. All right. So while I'm doing something here, listen, how have you guys been? Tell me what's been going on. Say something to me. I see Alice is saying hello to me. Rob said hello to me. And I'm sure others who would join the show later will say hi. Again, don't forget that lovely like button there. It's there for you to like it, click it, love on it, massage it, give it some love. It needs it. All right. So I want to bring you up to speed. So I've been away from the podcast channel for a minute because if you don't know, I will tell you, I'm a part-time student, right? I decided to go back and continue my education because with an education, there's a possibility to open bigger and better doors. So I have been a part-time student, and being a part-time student takes a lot of time, as well as working a full-time job, and then also trying to balance the podcast and having a life. It's a lot for one person, and I run this machine by myself. When you see me look away from you, the camera, and when I am looking to my left and my right, I am managing. Oh, wow. I see Dawn in the comments. Dawn, I miss you. I hope you're doing well. I can't wait to talk, and I'm glad you're in the audience. I have been moving things and touching things because I am moving the pictures and slides and all those things. So it takes a lot to manage this machine. So trust me, I know what I'm doing for the most part, but thanks to my adoring husband, oh God, he's something else on many levels, but he's amazing. He has really threw a lot of green into the studio so I can do some great things, some fun things that I see other podcasters do, but I have to do it myself. So I'm touching things and all that stuff. But I hope you enjoy how the show is evolving. Okay, so yeah, there goes there. Okay, so a belated shout out to all the mothers, whether it be bio mothers, adopted mothers, whatever kind of mother, foster moms, whoever you are, moms who are working in those positions. I send you love. Happy belated Mother's Day. I hope that everyone was loving on you as you love on them. I'm sure you deserve it. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the building. Now, let me tell you. So my outside of going to school, being a part-time student, working the job and all that stuff, I have been really, oh gosh, having some of my battles in some other areas. But my dear husband did a wonderful thing. He does wonderful things all the time, but he really shocked me on Saturday. So my Saturday was like this. He tells me in advance, hey, listen, don't make any plans. We're going to go out. And I'm like, okay, that's not new for us. For the most part, we go to dinner, we do different things, shows and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay. Then he goes and says, we're going to take the train into New York, which is a great distance for us. So I'm like, okay, fine. We'll take the train. So I'm like, let me put on my comfortable sneakers or shoes or whatever. And how should I dress? He's like, oh, put on some jeans. You're fine. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, that's even better. I'll be comfortable walking around the city. So I go to I'm trying to go to Starbucks and get me some tea, right? a hot tea to take on the train with me so I can drink my tea and just ride the ride. So my husband is like, okay, we'll go. And I'm like, well, we should go. If we need to leave and be out the house by 11:30, let's leave a little early so that I can grab my tea and then we can head to the train station, especially because we've never been there before. He's like, all right, I'm driving. Now know this, my husband typically do not drive when we're together. It's typically me that's driving. He's sitting back in the passenger seat, chillaxing. So I'm like, well, dude, well, we need to get ready to go because I want to get my tea. He's like, all right. So before we need to leave the house at 11:30, what do I decide to do? I decide to grab the lawnmower and go cut my front grass. And I have a lot of property. I just didn't want to return back home and see the property scraggly. So I'm out there cutting grass, and my husband's in the back with our dog, like throwing the ball. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Don't you see me out front working? He was like, well, why would you be outside working? We're leaving at 11:30 and we're going to the city. Why would you get dressed to go cut grass? Okay, so he let me have it that way. And I'm like, wait, dude, really? Okay, so he goes in, he cooks breakfast for me. And I come in, I'm like, okay, I'm not even upset. He made me breakfast and we're going to the city. It's going to be a beautiful day. Fast forward, I walk out the door and there's somebody pulling in my driveway. And I'm like, yo, I'm sick and tired of people thinking my driveway is a shoehorn for them to make a U-turn. And I got this mugging look on my face, and the driver rolls down the window and says, he calls me by my last name. And I'm like, well, I'm looking all dumbfounded. I'm like, yes. And he was like, and then my husband screams from the foyer, that's for us. Okay, so you catch it. He fooled me in thinking we were going to be taking a train into the city, and he arranged for private limo into the city, not just to get us there, but he booked the car service for all day. I was like, no, you didn't. I looked like a schoolgirl coming out of a fashion magazine and shopping spree. I was just in awe. And I'm like, and again, don't get me wrong, my husband does things like this. Okay, he does. But I'm so busy, I don't get a chance to just sit down and enjoy. I don't get a chance to sit down and enjoy. Hello, Chris. I'm not sure who Chris is, but let me know who you are. Thank you for joining the show. So I'm saying to myself, oh, this is wonderful. Okay, so I'm smiling like Goofy and all that stuff. And then what does he do? The limo guy opens up the door. I get in the car. We get in the car. We drive up. Remember that Starbucks I wanted? Oh, no, they're like determined that we're going to stop along the way and get me Starbucks. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm feeling it. So we get my Starbucks. I'm back in the car. They wait and we drive off. We pull up to where? On Broadway. So my darling husband actually purchased tickets to see one of my favorite shows to watch. I can watch it 1,000 times, and that's The Wiz. He surprised me with not theater balcony, front row on the stage, center, tickets to see The Wiz on Broadway. Oh my God. If you have not seen The Wiz on Broadway, please do yourself two things. One, watch The Wiz on TV, however you can watch it. And secondly, go watch it on Broadway. Amazing. Amazing. So I'm telling you my little story because when I say I needed that based on the semester, all the classes I was taking, the shenanigans with working a job with people, microaggression, micromanagement, and setting you up for failure, and then missing my podcast and you guys. I needed some just loving on me, and oh boy, did he do a great job. So to him, thank you so much, my love. I appreciate you. You know this. You know this. You know this. Thank you. Okay, that was me. All righty. I feel better now. I feel better. I feel better. Okay. All right. So let's jump into this quick conversation. I want to talk to you guys about some things that's been happening. So much has happened since we last talked, but I thought it would be befitting to talk about some really trending topics, even those Some are you would consider old, but they're not that old that we shouldn't talk about it, especially because I've not been in the studio. And I want to talk to you guys about something that we all have heard about, and that is the queen of all media, and that's Miss Wendy Williams. I don't know if any of you had the opportunity to watch the Lifetime documentary. It was a 3 episode doc series. And when I tell you that if you are a person and you're here watching this show, so I would take it that you must know Wendy Williams. Who don't know Wendy Williams? This woman made Hot Topics a thing, right? I don't, there's no one can take credit for that. Let's bow down and give Wendy Williams her just due. She deserves the crown of all crowns. This woman was queen of media. But with being queen of media, what did it come with? It came with oh, so sweet. It came with some backlash. And you got to be real strong to sit in front of a camera on an open mic and share your honest opinion about things, especially people, and especially if those people hold a title called celebrity. You know, there was a time where celebrities were supposed to be hands off. You couldn't talk about them. It was wrong for you to talk about them. Look out for being sued. Even if it was the truth, you're not allowed to talk about them. And I still beg the difference. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If you are someone I have an opinion about, why can't I share my opinion? And that's what Wendy did. She took magazines, the oh, it just escaped me. The Inquirer, Word Up magazine, and all the magazine, and she read those stories. And what she ended up doing was sharing that information with the viewers that was supporting her. That people wanted to hear more about these celebrities from an honest opinion, and she gave it to us. She gave it as it was. No holds bar. It's just what it is. But now the tables have turned where she becomes the hot topic. She is the hot topic. And you know what? I'm sure that many people who did not like Wendy Williams believe that what has happened to her or what is happening to her is just due. She deserved all the backlash by talking about people's personal business. When her husband or ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, was accused of cheating on her and supposedly had made a baby, and Wendy wasn't talking about it yet. She was still rocking her ring. I was saying to myself, well, wait, I'm going to stop watching Wendy Williams, because if she's not going to talk about her own stuff, then how can you sit here and expect us to watch you talk about other people's stuff? And she didn't fail me. When she found out that Kevin was going to be a father for the second time, she said, oh, okay, ring off and let me talk about it. Let's talk about it. And she went in. Now I have a lot of respect for you, Wendy. I didn't lose respect, but you needed to have talked about your own stuff. And she did. She gave it to us and she let us know how she felt about Kevin. Now, I'll tell you this. I think that Wendy would have stayed with Kevin had he not made a baby, because it's out there in social media that Kevin had been cheating on Wendy for a long time, right, with this woman. And cheating with this woman on Wendy. Wendy knew about it. She had heard it being talked about in the streets. Yet she still kept Kevin in a position of her manager, her husband, right? Sharing a home with him. He's just all those things. You got to say that that's love. And you don't just throw away something because a mistake happened. I think if you live long enough and you've been in some kind of relationship, either you've been cheated on or you cheated on somebody. And that doesn't mean everybody. But I'm just saying, you may agree or disagree. But with all that, now the hot topic is getting all this heat. Substance abuse issues. So they diagnosed her with alcoholism. And as a counselor, I'm telling you that her alcoholism was severe. There's 3 levels: mild, moderate, and severe. And she was severe, right? She has health issues. She's suffering with aphasia and some form of dementia, as well as lymphedema. And I love the transparency. What people were talking about, why she's showing her feet and her legs like that. Listen, she was like, if I'm going to talk about other people, well, look at my leg, look at my foot. She put it in our face and let us see it. You got to have respect for someone like that. You just got, like, what could you say? What could you honestly say? I don't like her. She gossiping about everybody. Well, you guys gossip about everybody. To some degree, we all gossip about people in some form or fashion. If you say something unflattering about a person, you just gossip. If you had a negative thought about a person and you like, okay, well, you're gossiping in your head. Like, it just happens. She just happened to be getting paid for it. Now, I want to get paid from this platform too, but I digress. Anyway, the hot topic being a hot topic, and now Wendy is kind of in this battle of getting her mind right, addressing her addiction. Kevin is part of the past to some degree, although I still think that she still care about Kevin, and I don't mean in the sense of that's her son's father. I think that Wendy still has some love for Kevin, and not like a friend love. I like a husband love. I do. I truly, truly, truly do. Hey there, Miss Some Love. You don't. It feels good, and I'm hoping that you guys will always come back. But thanks for being there. Yeah, the whole thing with still loving Kevin, I believe it. I truly, truly believe it. I think that if Kevin got on his white horse and rolled over to Wendy and just reached his hands out and there was no one around, I think Wendy would have been reaching back. And I don't mean reaching back while she's intoxicated. I think she would have been reaching back while she's sober. I think there's still a part of her that loves Kevin. I think that she's upset how Kevin actually hurt her, but I don't believe that she stopped loving him. Now, you may have heard recently in the news that Wendy ended up, her home just was recently sold. And I want to make sure I just show you guys. The penthouse that she had was, I think she bought it for $3.7 million. And then it took a really, really big hit. Big hit. The last thing I saw, it was $882,000, something about like owing this money or having this money. And I was like, well, wait a minute. That is a significant hit. And let me just make sure I'm giving you guys the T right, right? Make sure I give you the T right. I don't want to give you the wrong T. Okay, so it says Wendy Williams' dream New York penthouse sold by Guardian for a loss after former TV deemed incapacitated. That's hard. Wendy Williams' cherished Manhattan penthouse, once hailed as a dreamed abode, has been sold off by her guardian. The Post, this was by, via the Post. The transaction, which closed May 10th, occurred only several years after Wendy acquired the financial district property. It also is the latest chapter in Wendy's ongoing legal and personal challenges after being diagnosed in 2023 with primary progressive aphasia and frontal lobe dementia. That is a lot. Now, you can say what you want to say about Wendy, but I don't wish that on anybody. And then again, why is Wendy deemed a bad person because she had an opinion? A raw one at that. It's kind of weird for me. The three bedroom, three bath penthouse traded hands for $3.75 million, marking it a considerable decrease of $822,000 from its purchase price in July 2021. That is ridiculous. I'm not going crazy. I know I was reading that thing right earlier. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Hello, Coco. Mwah. That's absolutely crazy. How does that happen? How does that happen? It's just horrible to see someone have to go through that, and lose something that they spent so much time acquiring and getting, to only lose the finances with it. You lost your dream home. It's sad. It's absolutely sad. But I just wanted to know if you guys had been watching the if you guys have been watching the docuseries, and what were your thoughts. Definitely post your thoughts about that. I don't want to spend too much time about it. It's just a sad thing for Wendy Williams to have gone through being the queen of media to only have lost, I don't want to say lost everything, but when you have guardianship over you, you lose your dream home. People tell you where you can go and where you can't go. And the sad thing about this is that the guardianship was not rendered to her sister or her niece or even back to her son Kevin, because at one point guardianship was by Kevin, but then they accused Kevin of, I guess, spending money he should have not been spending, which is sad. If his mother don't have any problem with it, then why are we complaining about it? It's very weird, but nevertheless, we want to wish the Queen of Media, Wendy Williams, all the best. You should know that these three topics I'm talking about, or individuals I'm talking about, is about one. This one here is about addiction and mental health. And being that May is the month of mental health awareness, I thought it again would be befitting to talk about Wendy, someone who seemed to have it all together to only be challenged with a mental deficit that ends up costing her money, housing, relationships with people she cared about, and then just her integrity. You know, if you watch the docuseries, you will also see like Wendy. You would have never seen Wendy Williams take her hair off, her wig off, and to take her wig off on television. You know she's not well. But again, we want to wish Wendy all the best, and be careful about praying about people's demise. The very thing that you pray for other people may be your own demise. So I'm not saying that Wendy did that. Although she did talk about Brittany having her conservatorship in place. And she had her opinions about that, and it was her opinion. And here she is facing the same thing. It better come back, right? And get that purple chair. We would like to see you in that. Okay, now I want to briefly talk to you guys about. Oh, hold on. Let me just check in the comments. Oh, okay. I hear you, Scrapping. So Scrapping says that she did not watch the docu series because for her it was so sad to see. It was absolutely sad. If you just Google Wendy Williams, you'll see snapshots of that time when the docu series was being filmed. And I said I was going to move on, but real quick, the producers of the show said they were not aware of Wendy's severe alcoholism, and they weren't aware that she was suffering from aphasia and early frontal temploid. I know I'm saying that wrong. Front temple dementia. And to see that, and they said that they learned this while filming. I guess people were asking then why would you actually continue to record it? And you can either look at it from a negative place, or you can look at it from a place like, now everything makes sense, right? Now I know. So now I don't have to assume or make up the lies or my own opinion about it because it's in my face. I see it. And it's just sad. But again, like I said, we wish Wendy all of the best. Now, I want to move on to another famous celebrity. So we talked about mental health and the challenges there. Now we're going to talk about abuse on every level. Now, you have to be living under a rock to be missing this. We are going to hit the pavement with this guy here, Mr. Sean Puffy Combs, bad boy entertainer. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. Absolutely, absolutely crazy. So we all know that Sean Combs has been charged with sex trafficking and abuse, right? His ex-girlfriend Cassidy, who he was in, a beautiful woman, just beautiful woman, just absolutely beautiful. It baffles me to believe that Sean Combs would have someone so beautiful treat so poorly. Now, we don't have to assume, but it's should I be saying allege? Well, we know that he was sued by his ex-girlfriend because she told him that had he not paid her for her pain and suffering. Like there's a slogan said, honey, pay me for my pain. If you're going to mistreat me, you're going to abuse me, pay me for my pain. If I'm going to stay, pay me for my pain. And it kind of makes sense, right? Some people thought that Cassidy, she got a lump sum. It's undisclosed how much she got, but there was a guesstimate that she would have got like $30 million from Puffy because she threatened him to do a tell-all book. And in this process of saying that she's going to do a tell-all book, he called her bluff, and she said, "Oh, you're going to call my bluff? Well, I guess this is what we'll do. Then I'll sue you, and I'm going to let everybody know what you did." That's deep, right? Real deep. So she goes and she leaks everything out that she was in this abusive relationship with a man who made her have call male prostitutes, and made her have sex with male prostitutes while he watched and pleasured himself. Now, this is what is alleged out there, right? So I don't have any evidence of that, but it's alleged that that's what Cassidy says Puffy did to her. And she settles for the lawsuit. She gets paid. But in that, little leaks of what he had done to her was already out there. Abusing her, making her cut her hair. I don't know the mindset of people, and I work in mental health and addiction, and I don't understand the mindset of people, and specifically Sean Puffy Combs, someone who has all the resources at his fingertip, financially stable, living a life that many of us dream to live, gotten so big beyond his own self that the only way he can conduct himself is conduct himself bad. And let me just say this: when you appear to have everything, when you seem to have everything, in the case of Sean Combs, when you have everything, the normal things are just not enough. So, for an example, before you are Sean Puffy Combs' status and you're just the boy from the hood, right? And you can't pull the pretty girls, what you do is wish that you can get a pretty girl, right? So then you end up getting a pretty girl, but now you only don't get that one girl. You can get any woman you want because maybe your looks don't buy you the attention, but your money definitely buys the attention from women. Women was throwing themselves, I'm sure, at Sean Puffy Combs, which is one of the arguments that Stevie J, who was at Combs' house when it was raided in LA, says that why should Sean have to pay for sex from any woman? Women are throwing themselves at him. And that's what I mean about that. Just because women throw themselves at you, oftentimes people with such high status and they have had everything they don't want for anything. They want the very thing they can't have. And oftentimes for some people, in this case, it's I want to control you. I want to degrade you. And why? Because I can. I can degrade you. I can belittle you. I can put you down. I can just walk all over you. I can treat you like trash. Why? Because I have everything I want and then some. So for some people, it's hard to believe that Sean Combs would actually sex traffic someone, that he would beat someone. Sean is not as squeaky because then we start finding out that Cuddy, I think this was, he's a rapper. He and Cassidy, I guess, were talking or whatever, or they liked each other, whatever it was. And it's alleged, so I'm going to say alleged, that allegedly that Sean Puffy Combs had Cuddy car blown up. Now, this is out of the movies, right? This is like strictly out of the movies. Who is blowing up people's cars? Like, are people really doing that? Like, do you have that much power that you can actually say, you know what, I don't like you, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up your car? What? Really? Let me just make sure I got many things here. Yeah, the crickets. Okay. Did y'all like that cricket sound? Tell me if you like that cricket sound. If you like that cricket sound, throw me a cricket in the emoji or throw me a frog in the emojis in the chat because that is too cute right there. But anyway, I digress. So, the fact that you are that powerful that you can actually blow up somebody's car because they're talking to your girlfriend. Yes, yes, Ira. Money is power. But why does it have to be negatively? That's the thing. But blowing up people's car, making your woman call sex workers and have sex with them while you watch and get off on that. Um, uh, it- I, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And it's sad. Scrapping says she blew his car right up. Let my butt off. I can't. Okay, for the frog. All right, I like that little frog too. Although it was a cricket, but Alice, I don't think there is a cricket emoji, so I'm just gonna keep on that cricket sound. It's cute. All right. Anyway, so y'all gonna be seeing me have fun, kind of, because I done the things I can do, some fun things I can do, but um yeah, you see this big old Kool-Aid smile, right? I'm just so happy to be in the studio talking to you guys. It's been way too long. Way too long. But Combs, it's just a bad thing. And let's go back a second. It also remember, I don't know if you've been hearing or heard that Combs at some point has decided to give the masters back to the artists who they belong to, right? He had ownership of these masters. And he had ownership of these masters, what, 30 years or more? Like really crazy. Is that what I see? Hold on, guys. Because y'all playing with me too. Okay, now, Miss Scrappin. Okay. I'm learning. Hold on, guys. Let's give an applause for the crickets in the comments. Yeah, for the crickets. That's funny. But it 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 baffles me. It truly, truly baffles me when someone so powerful who had had the masters of these artists' music for years, all of a sudden decides to get this kind heart and give the masters back to the rightfully back to those owners, right? And here's the thing. But the time where the masters would have acquired much higher money is acquiring like little teeny money. And that's crazy. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Oh, he's got a gentle heart. But now we see that some things were probably coming down the pike. So he started to try to hush people up, these NDAs where you can't disclose any information. He probably think like they're not gonna hold hot water. So I better do something kind and get in the good graces of these people. So I'm gonna release the masters back of their music to them and just get in their good grace. And maybe if anything come up, they will stand up for me and not against me. Well, he got a rude awakening because if you see, nobody's excuse me, nobody's coming out talking on Sean Combs' behalf. Now, Stevie J did. Um, he must really believe that it would be beneath him to do something so low. But he did. He spoke on his behalf. And I'm saying to you, I'm like, well, wait a minute. You're going to throw yourself under the bus for Sean Combs. And you know what? We all need a true friend. So if Stevie J really believed and know for a fact that all these allegations that Sean Combs is accused of could not ever have happened, then here's the thing. Then stand by your friend. But if the ship go down and your friend is on that boat, you may be going down with your friend. So just be careful about sticking your neck out for people who probably wouldn't do the same. Because I don't think Sean Combs, to this magnitude, would have done the same thing for Stevie J. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So yeah, it's sad. It's sad that these people that we put in such high esteem. I mean, people run after celebrities. I don't get the fame or fortune. Would you want both or one or the other? For me, give me fortune without the fame, because I don't want to have to walk with an entourage of people. I don't want to walk with security always watching every step that I make. Like, oh, I'm moving to the left. I can't go to this restaurant. I don't want that. I would love to have the beautiful bank accounts that many of these celebrities have, but no, I don't want to trade that in for my freedom. And many people who sign these contracts for stardom signs the contract with the devil. And it looks like that's what people did with Sean Combs, because the very bad boy from back in the day, the early 90s, the late 80s, yes, his internship and all these different things, he was just grinding to get this position. Once you get it, and as Rob said, now you got power. It just changes you to some degree. And people, like, I be telling people when I'm trying to hit that lottery, like that $1 billion jackpot, yeah, I was going for it. People was like, Diamond, I wouldn't want that kind of money because it would change me. And I'm like, I don't think it would change me. Yes, to some degree, you're gonna move differently. But to throw your money in people's face, well, compared to a lot of people, people think I'm living I don't want to use the word large, living so nice. And I'm like, child, I'm grinding out here in these streets, going to work, punching a clock and not being appreciated on the job to some degree by those people who say, I can move you any kind of way, but I'm digressing. Oh, I can't wait for that show. Stay tuned for the microaggression, micromanagement, and how to manage that. I'm looking for an expert. And if you know of anybody from an HR or from the position that can talk about microaggression in the workplace, please hit me up on www.voicesgathering.com. That's the website. It's under construction right now. We're doing some new things to add the show to it. But, or you can inbox me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, any place. But I'm looking for an expert to have that conversation with. But moving right along, let's move on to, let's get off Sean. I'm sure we'll revisit him and just talk about this next segment with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Now, oh boy, here goes. This is, I'm not understanding why people cannot just why are we using our talent why are we using our talent to tear down people? So if you haven't heard, Kendrick Lamar, which is an awesome entertainer, as well as Drake, which is another awesome rapper, are in this beef, rap battle beef, right? Where they are saying some ugly things to one another. And I don't listen to rap like that, to, old school rap, yeah, but not that much. Compared to new rap, I choose old school rap any day. But I'm saying all that to say that Kendrick Lamar had put his vocals on wax, as we would call it, and Drake did the same thing. But it gotten so heated that people are really up in awe. Like, we, the audience, the consumer of their music, some of us don't know how to differentiate between this is entertainment and let me not make this about me or my personal thing, or I'm on Kendrick Lamar's side or I'm on Drake's side and this is getting ugly. So if those people who live in my community on Drake's side, then we got an issue. Like, people make these things so personal. And I'm not understanding why artists do not take some clear accountability and pay attention that your platform that you have, the lyrics, the music, the art, whatever it is that you're doing, that you're giving out to the people via these platforms, you are having some kind of emotional or mental imprint on their mind. And these people are starting to follow suit and get caught up in something that is really fake and fictitious. It's only for entertainment, maybe from your lens, but maybe not. I remember back in the day, old school way, when people who were entertainers, let's start with rappers, when they were rapping, they would say there would be a rap battle. You rapping, who got the best lyrics and stuff like that. And either I was naive and didn't know any better, that, those rap battles turned into people were fighting in the community. I just don't know that to be the case. But now we're living in a time that people can't put their talent out there without attacking people um, um, personally, attacking their character, belittling them, disgracing their family, wishing death on their children. Uh, why is it so ugly and nasty? And why are you not feeling conscious that, wait a minute, I am actually having this impact on people who buy my music? Now, although Kendrick Lamar, I heard his lyrics were better than Drake, I think they're both guilty in getting entangled in this. And if you don't know anything, then just think back when this issue between um, Tupac and Biggie. Now, both of these men are deceased. Both of them are deceased. And why did we have to lose? Why do we have to lose great entertainers because they don't know how to keep things not personal? Like, I remember there was a time back in the early 90s when rappers were rapping about fake life, right? They were not even living that real life. Okay, that's great. Awesome. I get it. Although many people back then thought that maybe they were living that life, but the guy that said he was a thug was actually going to like prep school, or the guy that was a thug like really was like so humble and smart in school. Nowadays, it's kind of corny to agree with that. It's people find it very corny to believe that that could be the case. It's like you really got to be living that thug life. You got to be living that life that, you know what, I'm willing to shoot you for this. I'm willing to take your life for this. Check it. So while Drake and Kendrick Lamar are having this beef, right? Somebody goes to his home in Canada and shoots at his home and ends up injuring his security guard outside the homes, outside the gate. The perpetrators didn't make it beyond the gates. They shot outside the gate. That this is so ugly. You're so famous that you need security guards not to stand by your bedroom door, but you need people to stand outside your gates of your home. What shenanigans is this? And there are many people, young and old, sadly to say old people are trying to chase this dream, but young and old people like, I want that life. Be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. You want this life. Baby, you don't want that life. You don't want that life. Because right now, if Tupac, Biggie, and so many more, what is the guy from, oh my God, it's escaped me. He was shot. Oh, guys, you're gonna kill me. Oh, so Cardi B's husband, he was the Amigos. I forgot the gentleman's name. This guy shot at a party, at a bowling party or a skate party or something like that. We lose people for stupid reason. It's not like these people are going to fight a war, fight for their freedom, fight for our freedom. They're not on the front line and serving in our military fighting. They're fighting because I disagree with your lyrics. Yo, you tried to sleep with my girl. Like, oh, it's just stupid. Absolutely stupid. And we, the consumers, buy this shenanigans, and we are so intrigued by it that we start trying to mimic it or live by it. People, wake up and smell the coffee. These people are trying to entertain you while they take your dollars. They sit back counting their bank account while you sitting up here caught up in the beat with your friend down the street who was like, oh, you Kendrick Lamar? Oh, I'm Drake. And Drake is... What? Oh, my gosh. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. Let me look into the chat. Hello, new subscriber. You said great content. That's cute. I saw somebody throw some hearts up. Awesome. I would love to. Is Judge Eve Court? Did you happen to find the show? Were you recommended to the show? But whatever. Thank you for joining the show. Much appreciated. You got to be careful about some of the people who actually come into your chat, because I gotten some really bad people who tried to get in the chat and do some ugly things, and of course they get blocked and all that stuff. But I'm hoping that the new subscriber is here and enjoying the content. I see you talking back to me, so thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Okay. So look, guys, I wanted to have a brief conversation with you guys about these people here. Again, Wendy Williams, Sean Puffy Combs, and Kendrick and Drake's ongoing battle. Um, and I'm like, this is stupid and it's ugly, people. And you know, those three those three entities, those three people, Wendy Williams, mental health and addiction. Sean Combs, abuse and aggression against. Thank you for the offset. Thank you so much, Alice. I appreciate you for helping me out. I love my co-host in the comments. Sean Combs with abuse, and Kendrick Lamar and Drake arguing and battling um, who's the best. What I think we all should do is stop spending our money on people who don't respect us. What I mean by that is respect us not to give us trash. Respect us to not fill our thoughts with negativity. We already in our own space, in our own life, struggling, coming up, trying to make it happen, just putting one foot before the other. Why, when we turn on the music, we got to be entertained, air quote, entertained by stupidity? Why must we be consumed by watching the news, hearing that somebody we really enjoyed their music and the artist they helped develop, find out that he's possibly allegedly sex trafficking people and or abusing the women he so-called love? Why is it that we look at icons like Wendy Williams, who have had such an amazing platform, that many of us are entertained now that she's in a situation fighting for her life on every level? Why are we so entertained by that? We shouldn't be. What we should be doing is praying for those people. What we should be doing is not spending our dollars to support war within our own people. I don't care what you say about Drake being biracial. He's still a black man for me, right? His father is black. And there's one black man having this ongoing ugly battle with the other black man. Now, if we knew how to keep it on wax, and if you two came out in front of media on platforms and says, "Listen, we're just gonna have what was it called, the during COVID when they had the what is it called? During COVID, they would have like the music battle when all the artists would sing their sets and all that stuff. Somebody would drop it in the chat at some point. That was amazing. Why don't we see rap do that? Like, we don't want to know. I don't want you fooling us or playing with us or toying with us, or actually it be real that you're really out here beefing with one another because you think you're better than that person. You both are talented. And some audience is going to like the other one over the other one. Do you know, and I'll leave it at this, artists to me have an obligation to come before us on any platform and stop all the shenanigans. I'm going to talk about Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, all of these people, right, who speak and we support them. When you see people like the Beehive, don't say nothing negative about Beyonce, okay? Don't talk about Nicki Minaj because the barbs will come after you. Like, how is it that you can't have an opinion and share your opinion? Like, for an example, I don't like Nicki's outfit, or I'm not a big fan of Beyonce doing Countrymen, or whatever your views are. How come you can't have that view without you being attacked by the people that support the artists? Why is it that I don't see artists on their platforms live broadcasting, "Hey, Beehive, quiet down. Hey, Barbs, stand down"? Why are we not seeing that? Why are people who are these celebrities so entertained that people love them so much that they're on this such high pedestal that they're willing to sit back and watch people tear each other down, especially in their own community? There's something wrong with that. And there's something wrong with that when we, the consumers, are entertained by that. There are some people who are weak-minded, that they get caught up in the minutia of thinking that this is the right thing to do. I love this. This is awesome. This is great. I love that. You don't talk about Beyonce. I'll come and do the... And people willing to fight you. And Beyonce don't even know you, ain't gave you a ticket. Remember, her tickets are very expensive. And she hasn't given you one ticket, but you willing to go fight somebody about something they said about Beyonce or Nicki or whomever. People, wake up. Stop getting caught up in things that are fake, have no substance. You can like who you like, and you can not like who you don't like. That's your prerogative. You have that right. Artists, and I'm calling all artists, even the ones I just mentioned, you have a responsibility to get in front of a camera and tell people, as a fan of yours, this is unacceptable. And if you're a true fan of mine, you will not be attacking, bullying, harassing people because they disagree with my music or my entertainment or my artistry. That's their right. Let them have that. Y'all better stop supporting these people that don't support you. Real talk. Okay. That's today's show. If you have not already, please do me a favor. Give this show a thumbs up. Drop a thumbs up. Drop a thumbs up in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. I am so glad to be back in the studio. Please know I am looking for a co-host to join me on my platform. Yes, I want to share the space. I want to have dialogue with other people live in studio that's part of the show on an ongoing basis, whether it's once every other week. And we can talk about how that will look. But I'm looking to have that conversation. So it be a woman or a guy, because I can talk to the guys too, live in the studio. So if you know someone, please drop in my DMs, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The website is under construction. It should be up and running in the next 30 days. I'm making some tweaks to it. If you didn't support me through the website before, it's coming back. It's not gone. It's just having some tweaks done. Please get involved. You'll be able to find a lot of information there as well. Okay. That's the show. So glad we had this time together. Thank you for joining me here in my beautiful jewel box. My name is Diamond. This platform is yours. Voices Gathering Live podcast. And I want to see you in the building next week. Make sure you click the notifications. Make sure the notifications is on. So every time I go live or let you know I'm going to be live, you will be able to be in the studio or in the comments. Secondly, don't forget, if you want to watch any pre-recorded shows, prior shows, make sure you go to the show page here, click live, and all the shows that come up. It's countless shows there. Watch some of the repeats. And don't forget to like and comment. All right, people. Until next time, I will see you. Be well, and I wish you the best. Peace.